When your dog brings you a toy but won't let go, do you actually know what that means? It looks like they want to play, maybe even show off. But behind that playful tug and stubborn grip, there's something deeper that most dog owners completely miss. It's one of the most instinctive and emotionally complex things your dog can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might accidentally confuse your dog or weaken your bond without even realizing it. Let's start with what this behavior really means. 1. It's not just play, it's a test. Your dog walks up to you, toy in mouth, tail wagging. You reach for it, and suddenly, they clamp down harder. Most people think it's about playfulness, like your dog is saying, "Come on, chase me." Here's what's actually happening. Your dog is testing interaction, not just inviting it. This moment isn't random. It's a negotiation. Your dog is asking, "Are you going to engage with me on my terms?" Think about that for a second. In the wild, control over objects, food, prey, territory is everything. So when your dog brings you a toy but won't release it, they're balancing two instincts, connection and control. What this reveals about how your dog sees you is powerful. They want interaction with you, but they're not fully surrendering control yet. And this is where most owners get it wrong. 2. Your dog's brain is wired for this. Have you ever wondered why this behavior feels so deliberate? Because it is. A 2020 study from the University of Veterinary Medicine, Vienna, found that dogs engage in play behaviors that mimic real-life survival scenarios, especially hunting and possession. But here's what matters. Your dog isn't just playing. They're rehearsing instinct. Here's what's actually happening. That toy in their mouth represents something valuable. And by holding on to it while bringing it to you, they're simulating a shared hunt scenario. Think about that for a second. They're saying, "I want you involved, but I am still responsible for the prize." Emotionally, this is huge. It means your dog trusts you enough to include you, but not enough to fully let go. And here's where it gets even deeper. This is about pack bonding, not possession. You might think your dog is being stubborn, or even a little possessive. But here's what most people don't realize. Dogs experience the world through scent, proximity, and shared moments. When your dog brings you a toy, even without letting go, they're doing something incredibly specific. They're marking you as part of the interaction. Here's what's actually happening. Your dog is inviting you into their space while maintaining a physical connection to the object. It's like saying, "This matters to me, and so do you." Think about that for a second. In pack dynamics, your dog is identifying you as their safe base, the one they want to engage with, but also feel secure around. What makes this even more powerful is this. They could walk away with that toy, but they don't. They bring it to you. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more dog owners who actually want to understand what their dog is really saying. This behavior starts long before you met them. Here's something most people never think about. This behavior didn't start with you. It started when your dog was a puppy. Here's what's actually happening. Puppies naturally engage in tugging, holding, and resisting release during play with their littermates. Why? Because it teaches boundaries, strength, and social interaction. Think about that for a second. When two puppies tug on the same object, they're learning how hard to pull, when to release, how to read the other's signals. And here's where it gets even deeper. This behavior is rooted in ancient survival instincts, the same ones seen in wolves during cooperative hunting. Holding on to something valuable, while interacting with another member of the group was a way to balance trust and survival. So, when your dog refuses to let go of that toy, they're not being difficult. They're replaying a behavior that's been hardwired for thousands of years. What this reveals about how your dog sees you is fascinating. You're not just their owner. You're part of their pack dynamic. They don't do this with just anyone. Now, ask yourself this. Does your dog do this with everyone? Or just you? Because here's the truth. They don't bring toys and refuse to let go to people they don't trust. Here's what's actually happening. This behavior is selective. Your dog chooses who to engage with at this level. Think about that for a second. If your dog simply wanted to guard the toy, they would take it somewhere else. If they didn't trust you, they wouldn't bring it to you at all. But they do, and they stay close. That combination approach plus resistance, emotionally, it means this. I want to interact with you, but I still need to feel secure. What makes this even more powerful is the balance. Your dog is opening the door to connection, but leaving just enough control to feel safe. And that says everything about your bond. 6. The real reason they won't let go. So what's the deeper truth behind all of this? It's not about the toy. It's about a vulnerability. Here's what's actually happening. Letting go of an object, especially one they value, is a moment of trust. It means giving up control. And for a dog, that's not small. Think about that for a second. When your dog holds onto the toy while engaging with you, they're staying in a middle ground, close but protected, connected but cautious. And here's where most owners misunderstand the moment. They try to force the release. They grab harder. They pull. They turn it into a struggle. But what your dog actually needs in that moment is reassurance. Because from their perspective, this interaction is emotional. They're saying, I want to share this with you, but I'm not ready to lose it. And that hesitation, that's not stubbornness, that's trust still forming. So next time your dog brings you a toy, but won't let go, remember this, they're not rejecting you, they're inviting you, in the only way they know how. So when your dog brings you a toy, but won't let go, that's not just playfulness, that's communication. You thought it was a game, but it's actually a balance between instinct, trust, and connection. That moment, the tug, the pause, the resistance, it's your dog trying to include you without losing their sense of safety. And that behavior, it was never small to your dog, and it shouldn't be small to you either.